Hey everybody, my name is Max Taylor. I'm an account manager over here at NuORDER. Now, for today's Wednesday webinar, we're going to be focusing on the new homepage dashboard feature. For those of you that may be familiar or even set up already, if so, great job. It was one of the features we rolled out this summer. Uh, it's been a very action-packed summer in general as far as new releases coming from NuORDER, but this one in particular has had a lot of great feedback. Which is a primary reason we really want to drill it home as something that's easy to use and very easy to set up as well. So what I'm going to do today is just walk through an example of how easy it is to set up your dashboard and ways that you can use it to your advantage and help your retailers in the process as well. So what I'm looking at right now is just one of our general testing portals. The reason I've selected this one in particular is because the homepage dashboard hasn't been set up yet on this. So if I hover over to my navigations tab, I hover down to settings. If you are an admin user, you'll notice now that dashboard settings exists at the very bottom drop down. Okay, so if I click into it, I'm going to now have the option. It's going to ask me create a landing page. Landing page allows you to give a user a glance of your brand, putting the important items in the forefront. So yes, let's create a landing page. So before I really dive into it, just to give you an idea of why this is useful, and particularly, again, as the summary was pointing out, really focused towards your retailers. If right now your landing page is all products, that's great, but it's everything under the sun, right? It's not particularly curated in any fashion. You're not focusing necessarily on new arrivals, or maybe you have some overstock you want to get rid of. So really the whole point of creating this landing page is you're guiding them as soon as they get here, right? And an example I like to use is, for instance, towards the holidays, I'll go to Etsy.com because I like to find stuff for my mom there. It'll say shopping presents for mom. Automatically my brain goes right to that. I don't have to search. It knows exactly what I have in mind. And I appreciate that convenience. As a consumer, I save time. It's efficient. It gets me exactly where I want to go. So instead of them having to ask the question, you're essentially assuming you know exactly why they're there, right? So now that I'm able to create my dashboard, you'll notice feature line sheets automatically pops up, right? So it's going to show you a glimpse of available line sheets. And if there's more than, in this example, 8, you can click View All Line Sheets and it will redirect you to the line sheets page. Now, right now, I'm currently in edit mode. So again, this is a function that's specific to an admin user. And notice that it's not published yet. So this is not visible to a retailer until I choose to make it so by toggling on. Now what I can do is click to add a widget. Now what's great here is the dashboard goes far beyond just line sheets, right? You can incorporate videos, you can embed if you have some type of behind the scenes, maybe a lookbook, lifestyle guides, things like that. It's very comprehensive. Like I said, it goes far beyond just your existing products themselves. You can take pieces from your e-commerce site and factor them in here. It's very straightforward. Just to take some examples, I went onto the web and selected. So let's say I'm just going to take this random banner. I can drag and drop it right in here. And let's say the title is going to be New Arrivals for Fall. All right, so now what I can do is, let's say I want to go to Products. In this instance, I'll just take a line sheet to reference. So I'll just take a random one, right? Let's say Magic. So I can copy this link. All right, now I can go to Settings, go back to my dashboard settings. I just did it in the wrong order. My apologies. So let me just drag and drop that one more time. I'm going to plug in my URL. What's great about this is it's dynamic, right? So I've just taken a specific line sheet here, but if you want to filter, for instance, by ATS, right, or future dates of replenishments, you'd be able to pull that, and since it's that unique URL, pulling that specific filter as well, it's dynamic in the sense that it's always going to be up to date that way, right? It's not stagnant based on the moment that you chose to select that URL, right? So again, let's do new arrivals for fall. So I'm going to do, you can see here the width is 100%. So if I save this, it's going to be basically a full banner, right? However, what I can do is I can go back here and I can continue to edit this. Maybe I want to minimize it, right? And so this way I can mix and match. If I want to do 50%, I'm going to cut this in half. So that way I can actually take multiple, whether they're lookbooks or maybe it's new arrivals for men and then women, same exact thing, right? So now I can do add a widget. Let's take this banner here. So let's say new arrivals for fall. I'll put that as one. And so just to give you an example, I won't pull the exact same URL, but let's do the 50%, right? So I can do save. And now you'll notice how these stack up. So ideally, as you're sizing these on your desktop, you'll want to make sure they're identical, obviously, in this instance. But from here, I can continue to pull, right? So let's do add another widget. Let's say you're also doing the special discount, summer sale, free shipping, over $50. So title, how about in this instance, assuming you're going with fall, this is overstock from summer, right? So whatever's left, I can go with the full banner. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, so it pulls it. And like I said, if you're really trying to draw attention, this could be your very first one. And what's great here is I can just hold this down and I can merchandise this as I want to. So if I want this to be the very first thing that the retailer sees when they log in, I can just drag and drop that to the top. But like I said, you have full control over where these are aligned here, right? Now notice before, the line sheets are still going to exist at the bottom, so they can find that and continue to view all line sheets if they wish. So I'm just going to add one more just to add some continuity to it. Did I close this out? All right, there you go. So let's add that banner. And let's say these are NuORDER exclusives, right? And again, that always raises a great point. You want NuORDER to feel like it is some type of privileged experience, right? Incentivize retailers to come in here as much as possible versus allowing them to, email, call in. You want to condition your buyers to become self-sufficient and understand why this is beneficial for them to log in and utilize, everything within the portal itself. So just for comparison, I'm going to do 25% here. So let's do save. So again, that gives you an example. I mean, if you really wanted, you could do 25% for every single banner and really spread these out as much as you want. And like I said, get creative. You can create not only just seasonal line sheets, maybe you want to do trending with majors, popular this time of year, whenever there's a holiday event coming up, really get creative with what you're creating as far as line sheets go and who you're appealing to as far as retailers. So with this dashboard, it really gives you full control over the layout and really introduces a huge new marketing and merchandising piece that goes well beyond the line sheet and product features we previously had available. So hopefully that gives you guys an idea of how to set it up. Like I said, it takes no time. I just showed you exactly. It took me 5 minutes just to piece these together. Ideally, before you get started, I'd recommend you know exactly which URLs you want to feature and exactly which images you want to use as banners. And ideally, as well, I'd recommend for symmetry that they're the exact same sizing as well. Of course, if you have any questions or just want to kind of brainstorm ways to set this up, feel free to reach out to Heroes or contact your account manager at NuORDER as well. Thanks for joining, guys. I appreciate the time, and I look forward to seeing all those dashboards.